What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Remote Front Office. Today we are going to be covering the end of the Boston Celtics Pacers series, and then Game 4 of the Wolves and Mavs series. Before we get started, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We upload 2 days a week on this channel, and we will be getting into more draft content, team-specific content as we get more into the off season. Today though, let's start with the Celtics Pacers game. That series has now wrapped up. Boston is now officially advancing to the finals yet again. It seems like every couple of years we see this team either in the finals or in the conference finals. I know they played Miami in the conference finals last year, and then obviously they were in the NBA finals the year before that. Boston, I will say a couple of things just from looking at this team. They're going to need Porzingis back for the finals in order for that to be a good series. I just think that watching how much the Pacers picked on Al Horford, I can only imagine either Luka and Kyrie doing that every possession or Anthony Edwards trying to go against Al Horford in some sort of isolation. The thing I will say for the Celtics, though, is I think more so on the Maverick side than the T-Wolf side. I do like the matchups a little bit more for them that way. I just think they have more bodies to throw at a Kyrie and Luka than most teams do. I also think that even for a team like Minnesota, obviously I would assume probably Jaylen Brown gets the Anthony Edwards matchup, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit Derek White, a little bit of Drew Holiday. And then probably to close it, I would assume Tatum is probably guarding Karl Anthony Towns. As far as the Celtics series, I mean, I'm glad they took care of games. There were a couple of games where I kind of expected them to stall out. Obviously, game one that we talked about previously, as well as game four at times. I know that Tyrese Halliburton didn't play these last two games, but normally when the star player doesn't play, Boston tends to just kind of let off the gas. And they did for a time. There's still some slippage with the offense and just Tatum settling for jump shots that he doesn't necessarily need to take. I feel like he should have exploited mismatches a little bit more. But I think all in all, it was a good sign that you did get Tatum going when he needed to. Jaylen Brown had a really good series. He ended up winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I'm not sure what his odds were. I'm curious. I'm a little mad I didn't bet it. I should have just in case. Um, but I do still think most of what happens with the Celtics does rely on Porzingis' health, right? I think his ability to stretch the floor, his rim protection, I just think that that is going to be very, very valuable to them come the finals. But now let's go ahead and talk about the series that people were wondering if it ended in a sweep, and then we'd have a week and a half off of no basketball before the finals. The T Wolves, the game just ended here a couple minutes ago, did end up pulling this one out. Karl Anthony Towns offensively had a really good game. I think we were about through most of the third quarter when they announced he hadn't taken a three yet. And all of a sudden I blinked and he was 4 or 4 from three. Shot really well. There was still a couple of heat check shots in there I didn't love. He had hit a couple of threes in a row, and then he got a screen, kind of a handoff from Rudy Gobert, and he went to go shoot it, even though the contest was on his right side and got the block. I believe it was Derrick Jones Jr. on that play. Ended up getting the block on it because he just shot it and didn't think twice about it. The thing I still will say about Cat, though, is he still had 3 really dumb fouls. He had a couple offensive. He had one at half court that just wasn't even necessary. So I think that almost cost them the game. If he would have fouled out earlier than he did, it could have been a real possibility. I did like to see Anthony Edwards be aggressive. I wish he would have been aggressive a little bit more. He still had a couple of times in the game where he was just settling and he was kind of distributing a little too much. But I do think it was good to see the aggression still stay there throughout the whole game. The Luka 4-point play that almost defined NBA history for a second. I guess we could talk about that. So they are down 5, right? Like 20 seconds left. Luka gets the inbound, comes down the court. You see Ant is in front of him. Gobert comes to double, right? Because they don't want him to get the quick 3 off. He pump fakes, goes to the side, shoots it. They call the foul, and it goes in, right? They had just called the foul initially on Cat like a couple of possessions before that where he got him on the pump fake, jumped into him, shot the ball, right? They call that foul, whatever, cool, fine, I guess. The issue I have though is, I guess you call that foul, just because that's just what the modern NBA is. But still, I don't think the pump fake and then a guy jumps so you lean into him for a shot. I still just don't know if that should be called anymore. I feel like that should have been part of the unofficial rules update, or however you want to phrase what happened in the middle of the year as far as defense allowing to be more aggressive. But I just think that having that foul be in the game still, I just don't like it. I mean, it's cool. Luka made the shot. He missed the free throw. Wolves still win the game. I just hate that almost decided a series, honestly. But all in all, after the two games, we will go back to, or 2 days off, we'll go back to Minnesota on Thursday. So I would like to see, as far as Kyrie didn't have a great game. He had an okay game. He had some really tough shots left-handed. I would like to see Kyrie step up a little bit more for Dallas. I think the role players still played really well. He still are getting great minutes out of Jaden Hardy. I saw a little bit Dante Exum for the first time in the series today. So I would just like to see kind of more of Kyrie step up on that one more so. And then Minnesota, keep doing what you're doing. Keelan Alexander-Walker finally started hitting some shots today, which was great. I love to see that. I want to say Cat stopped committing stupid fouls, but I think that's just who Cat is at this point. He's almost 30. And I think we just have to accept that that's just what he's going to do. He's going to commit a stupid foul twice a game. It's just, that is what it is. I do think Naz Reid will be able to carry some of that load. With Cat, when you get Cat like you got Cat today, right, where he's shooting well, he's fairly efficient offensively. It's just the dumb fouls, the 2 to 3 dumb fouls a game that remind you you're paying him $50 million a year, and then you kind of wonder if maybe you could go get something for Cat in the offseason and have Naz Reid slide into that starting spot. Just my thought. But I wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown on these last couple of games. Obviously, we will have a episode Friday, so we'll have Game 5, whether that determines Dallas is going to the finals. We're having a finals preview, or if we are just having a Game 5 review and then on to Game 6, right? Because who knows at this point. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the last couple days here in the NBA as far as conference finals go. If you guys have any other likes, comments, suggestions, let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.